All right, page 351. What do we got? Number 3, the answer should be log base 5 of 2 plus log base 5 of x. 6 is just log base 3 of y minus log base 3 of x. Those all easy? I wanted to talk about 27 because there's a few different ways of doing 27, and I've seen people do it multiple ways, and some ways are just easier than others. Yes, I get it. You can use your properties. You're stuck on using your properties, and you say, what should I do with that 25 and that 125? My property tells me to do what? Plus between two different logs, I should multiply, right? Anybody got 25 times 125? Because I know somebody did it in here. I know somebody did that. 3125. Shut up. Nobody asked you. Okay? Happy? And then you switch forms, and you basically got to figure out 5 to what power is equal to 3125, which is 5. Now, that is one way of doing this question. It's a very, very hard way of doing this question. There's a much, much easier way of doing this question. And that is simply evaluate them right now. 5 to what power is equal to 25? That's just 2. Plus 5 to what power is 125? Well, 2 plus 3 is done. I think that is a way easier way of doing this question because you don't have to deal with the big numbers, right? The properties are there to help you. You can use them when you want to. You can also not use them when you want to, kind of thing. They're your tool. Sometimes it's easier to, you're pounding a nail. I got a hammer. If the only tool is I got a giant sledgehammer, there might not be the best tool for that job. You're going to do more damage, So it's just easier. Like number 30. That one you could do multiple ways. Log base 2 of 64 minus 7 log base 2 of 4. Yes, you absolutely could use your properties and try to figure out log base 2 of, it'd be 64 over 4 to the 7th. And you could simplify that and yuck. I don't want to do that. So I'd rather just say 2 to what power is 64? Well, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. So this answer is just 6. Minus 7 times 2 to what power is 4? Well, what's 6 minus 14? Bam. Don't make the problems harder than they have to be. Does that make sense? What'd you guys get for, what's that? 54? All right, we'll do 54. So it says log base 5 of n minus log base 5 of 4 is supposed to equal 2. What should I do first here? If I have multiple logarithms, can I combine those? This would be the same thing as log base 5 of what? What would I do with the n and the 4 if there's a minus between them? Divide. So it'd be n divided by 4. Now, okay. Can I just drop my logs? Why not? This is an inappropriate time to drop your logs. Sometimes it's just gross. You don't drop your logs everywhere. That's disgusting. Sometimes you can't drop your logs. You can only do that when you have a log on both sides. In this case, we're going to do it a different way. So what's another way to get rid of that log? Switch forms. What would this be in exponential notation? 5 to the second power is equal to n over 4. Well, 5 squared is just 25. How do you get rid of a divide by 4? What's the answer? N is equal to 100. Now, don't forget to check your answers. There's still going to be that chance that this could be an extraneous solution. I have to mark off points for you if you solve it and you give me an answer that's not an actual answer. If we just plug in 100, can we take the log base 5 of 100? Yes. Boom. We're moving on. Yes, the answer is 100. Laura, what do you got? 63. Okay. So 63 says log base 7 of x minus 5 plus log base 7 of x plus 1 is equal to 1. Okay, what's my property say I can do? I can combine these. What would I do with the x minus 5 and the x plus 1? Multiply. So that means I have to, 4-letter F word, FOIL, okay. X squared, I'd have a negative 5x, positive 1x is a negative 4x, minus 5. Yes? Can I drop my logs? Nope. No. So what do? Switch forms. What would this be in exponential form? 7 to the, which is just 7, x squared minus 4x minus 5. That's just a quadratic. We solve quadratics by getting one side equal to 0. So we bring that 7 over here. We have a minus 5. We minus the 7. We get minus 12. I would factor 6 and 2. Negative, positive. I lost you where? How do you get this 7 to the other side? No. Just minus it. I got a negative 5, just minus and 7. Let's just minus 7, minus 7. So what's my two answers? 6 and negative 2. And I should walk away and I'm done, right? What do you mean? Got to check. 6 minus 5, that's fine. 6 plus 1, that's fine. 6 is an answer. Negative 2. Negative 2 minus 5 would be negative 7. Negative 2 is an extraneous solution. 6 is the one and only answer. Good with those? Yes? Anything else? Any of the square roots, fifth roots, anything like that? It's throwing you off? The expanding ones, the condensing ones? 42? So 42 says log base b of the fifth root of x to the fourth. Here's what I would do. Get rid, before you even think expanding, is there another way to write the fifth root of x to the fourth? Isn't that the same thing as log base b of x to the 4/5 power? You just put that 4/5 out in front. As fractional exponents. Then use your properties. I think it's easier that way. Are we good? Anything else? 57? Show. So 57 says log base b of the third root of x times the square root of y to the third over the fourth root of z to the third. You want me to just write the answer? So the answer would be the third root is the same thing as the 1/3 power. So I'm just going to have 1/3 log base b of x. Times means plus. This would be the 3/2 power, right? Square root of y to the third, that's the same as the 3/2 power, so that would just be 3/2 log base b of b, or y. Divided by means minus. This would be the same thing as the 3/4 power. And then I'd have log base b of z. And that's all I would write. We good? All right.